Welcome, dear viewers, to an eye-opening and transformative journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about one of the most ubiquitous beverages in the world, milk. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that demands your attention: the hidden dangers of milk consumption and the surprising health risks that may be lurking in every glass. For decades, milk has been marketed as a cornerstone of a healthy diet, praised for its calcium content, and promoted as essential for strong bones. However, emerging scientific evidence and a growing body of research are painting a different picture, revealing potential risks that could impact your well-being in ways you might never have considered. In this comprehensive video, we will explore these dangers in meticulous detail, covering topics such as lactose intolerance, hormonal imbalances, inflammation, allergies, chronic diseases, and even environmental concerns linked to dairy production. Whether you're a health-conscious individual reevaluating your diet, a parent concerned about your child's nutrition, or someone curious about the impact of food choices on long-term health, this guide is crafted for you. So, grab a notebook to jot down these critical insights, find a comfortable spot, and prepare for an extended, informative adventure, because understanding the truth about milk is the first step toward making informed decisions for a healthier life. With an open mind and a commitment to wellness, let's embark on this revealing exploration together. 1. Lactose intolerance, the silent struggle. One of the most common issues associated with milk consumption is lactose intolerance, a condition affecting a significant portion of the global population. Lactose, the natural sugar found in milk, requires the enzyme lactase to be properly digested. However, as we age, many people experience a decline in lactase production, leading to difficulties in breaking down lactose. This can result in a range of uncomfortable symptoms, including bloating, gas, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Studies suggest that approximately 65% of the world's population has some degree of lactose intolerance, with prevalence varying by region, higher in East Asia, Africa, and parts of South America, and lower in Northern Europe. The hidden danger lies in the misconception that everyone can tolerate milk. Many individuals unknowingly consume it, attributing their discomfort to other causes. For those affected, even small amounts of milk can trigger these symptoms, disrupting daily life and causing chronic digestive distress. If you suspect lactose intolerance, consider eliminating milk and dairy products for a few weeks to observe changes, and consult a healthcare professional for testing. Alternatives like almond milk, oat milk, or lactose-free options can provide calcium without the discomfort, offering a safer path to nutrition. 2. Hormonal imbalances, the estrogen connection. Milk, particularly from cows treated with hormones, contains elevated levels of estrogen and other growth hormones. These hormones are naturally present to support calf growth, but when consumed by humans, they can disrupt our endocrine system. Research has linked high dairy intake to an increased risk of hormonal imbalances, which may contribute to conditions like acne, polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS), and even certain cancers, including breast and prostate cancer. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that men with higher dairy consumption had a 30% increased risk of prostate cancer, potentially due to these hormonal effects. The shocking reality is that many commercial milk products come from cows injected with recombinant bovine growth hormone (RBGH) to boost milk production, amplifying these risks. For those concerned, opting for organic milk labeled free of RBGH or exploring plant-based milk alternatives can mitigate exposure. The hormonal impact of milk is a silent threat that warrants careful consideration, especially for those with a family history of hormone-related conditions. 3. Inflammation, fueling chronic health issues. Milk and dairy products are increasingly recognized as pro-inflammatory foods, meaning they can trigger inflammation in the body. This inflammation is linked to a variety of chronic health problems, including arthritis, heart disease, and autoimmune disorders. The primary culprits are the proteins in milk, such as casein and whey, which can provoke an immune response in sensitive individuals. Chronic inflammation, even at low levels, can damage tissues over time, contributing to conditions like atherosclerosis and joint pain. For those with existing inflammatory conditions, milk might exacerbate symptoms, yet the connection is often overlooked. A diet high in dairy has been associated with increased levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation, according to research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. To reduce this risk, consider a trial period of dairy elimination and monitor your body's response. Anti-inflammatory alternatives like coconut milk or hemp milk can provide creamy textures without the inflammatory baggage. For allergies and sensitivities, beyond lactose. While lactose intolerance is widely discussed, milk allergies and sensitivities present a different but equally serious concern. A milk allergy involves an immune system reaction to proteins like casein or whey, affecting about 2 to 3% of children, though many outgrow it. Symptoms can range from mild, such as hives or eczema, to severe, including anaphylaxis, a life-threatening reaction. Even in non-allergic individuals, milk sensitivities can cause subtle issues like fatigue, brain fog, or skin irritations, often misattributed to other causes. The danger here is the potential for misdiagnosis or delayed recognition, especially in children where milk is a dietary staple. If you or a loved one experience unexplained symptoms after consuming dairy, an allergist can perform tests to identify the issue. Switching to hypoallergenic milk alternatives like rice milk or pea milk can offer relief and prevent long-term health complications. 5. Increased risk of chronic diseases. Beyond immediate reactions, regular milk consumption has been associated with an elevated risk of certain chronic diseases. Type 1 diabetes, for instance, has been linked to early cow's milk exposure in some studies, with the protein bovine serum albumin potentially triggering an autoimmune response in genetically susceptible individuals. Additionally, the saturated fats in whole milk may contribute to cardiovascular disease when consumed in excess, challenging the notion that milk is heart-healthy. The cumulative effect of these risks is concerning, particularly for those with a predisposition to these conditions. A meta-analysis in the European Journal of Epidemiology suggested a correlation between high dairy intake and increased mortality from heart disease. To safeguard your health, consider moderating dairy intake or replacing it with nutrient-rich alternatives like fortified soy milk, which offers similar benefits without the risks. 6. Bone health paradox. Does milk really help? The long-standing belief that milk is essential for strong bones due to its calcium content is being questioned. While calcium is crucial, excessive milk consumption may not prevent osteoporosis and could even increase fracture risk. A large-scale study from Sweden, published in the British Medical Journal, found that women consuming more than 3 glasses of milk daily had a higher rate of hip fractures and mortality compared to those with lower intake. This paradox may be due to the high protein content of milk, which can lead to calcium loss through urine if not balanced properly. The takeaway is that calcium from milk isn't the only path to bone health. Leafy greens, almonds, and fortified plant milks provide ample calcium without the potential downsides. Weight-bearing exercises and vitamin D intake are also critical, suggesting a holistic approach over reliance on dairy alone. 7. Acne and skin issues. The dairy connection. For many, milk is a hidden culprit behind persistent acne and skin problems. The hormones and growth factors in milk, including insulin-like growth factor 1 IGF-1, can stimulate oil production in the skin, clogging pores and leading to breakouts. Dermatological research, including a study in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology, has shown a strong association between dairy consumption, especially skim milk, and acne, particularly in adolescents and young adults. This link is often underestimated, with many attributing skin issues to genetics or hygiene. If you struggle with acne, a dairy-free trial for 4 to 6 weeks could reveal improvements. Alternatives like cashew milk or sunflower seed milk can hydrate your skin without triggering these reactions, offering a clearer complexion. 8. Environmental impact. The dairy industry's footprint. The health risks of milk extend beyond the individual to the planet. Dairy farming is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, water usage, and deforestation. Producing 1 liter of milk generates approximately 3 kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization. This environmental burden, coupled with the ethical concerns of factory farming, makes milk a less sustainable choice in the context of global health. For environmentally conscious consumers, reducing dairy intake aligns with a greener lifestyle. Plant-based milks like oat or hemp milk have a significantly lower ecological footprint, allowing you to nourish your body while supporting planetary health. This dual benefit makes the shift compelling for both personal and global well-being. 9. Antibiotic resistance, a growing concern. Cows in industrial dairy operations are often treated with antibiotics to prevent disease in overcrowded conditions. Residues of these antibiotics can end up in milk, contributing to the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, a major public health threat. The World Health Organization has warned that overuse of antibiotics in agriculture could render many infections untreatable, with dairy playing a role in this crisis. The risk is subtle but pervasive, affecting not just consumers but the broader population. Choosing organic or grass-fed milk where antibiotic use is minimized, or switching to plant-based alternatives can reduce your exposure. This choice supports both personal health and the fight against superbugs. 10. Ethical and cultural considerations. Finally, the ethical implications of milk production and cultural biases around its consumption deserve attention. The dairy industry often involves practices like calf separation and confined animal feeding operations, raising welfare concerns. Culturally, the push to drink milk stems from Western dietary norms, yet many traditional diets worldwide thrive without it, relying on plant-based calcium sources. Reflecting on these factors can guide personal choices. Exploring cultural recipes using sesame seeds, figs, or fortified beverages can enrich your diet ethically and nutritiously. This awareness empowers you to align your consumption with your values. Conclusion: rethink your milk habit. Dear viewers, in this in-depth video, we've uncovered the hidden dangers of milk, from lactose intolerance and hormonal imbalances to inflammation, allergies, chronic diseases, bone health paradoxes, skin issues, environmental impact, antibiotic resistance, and ethical concerns. These insights, backed by science, challenge the notion of milk as a health elixir and urge a re-evaluation of its role in your diet. By exploring alternatives and making informed choices, you can protect your health and the planet. If this revelation has inspired you, please like the video, subscribe for more health truths, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. We're eager to connect. Here's to a healthier, more conscious life. Until next time, choose wisely and thrive.